My son, is down here coaching now, and he's got 3 kids, and I've got a wife that wants to hang around those 3 kids, so we're going to be down here quite a bit. But I've always enjoyed this program, played against them one time at least in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and always thought on TV had a great stadium. You get here and it's even better than you thought, and we've done a lot of recruiting in the state of Georgia, and I realized what a good state for football it is, and what a good job the high school coaches do down here. So all those things, I came down to speak today at their clinic, and then I wanted to come out and watch them practice, and it's been a good day.
How much special teams do you think Shane learned from through the years?
He probably knows more than I do right now. He was always around it, studied it, really detailed. I think he knows everything I know and more. So, he'll do a good job.
When people talk about being involved in special teams, what was there any secret to it, or what came about thinking that?
I think at a time when we were having a lot of success, blocking kicks and returning kicks and so forth, I think it became a time that things changed within college football. 10 years, 12 years ago, I think you could out-coach people in special teams. I don't think you can anymore. I think most people have taken a different look, and that's what I mean by 8, 10, 12 years ago, kind of changed. Now, I think most guys, the key to it is getting your best people to play on special teams. And now, I think your best people want to play on special teams, and they realize that if you go in the NFL, if you're not the star, you better be good on special teams, because it might be the difference in you making a team or not making a team. So, it's always been an important part of winning and losing, and I think more people than ever realize it's a very important part of winning and losing.
When did you see that change? Do you feel your program at Virginia Tech was responsible for that? In the 90s, Virginia Tech and special teams.
I think we affected it back early. I mean, I think, every game we play on TV and the interview with the people before the game, we always talked about special teams somewhere along the way. I mean, it just, I think we changed it a little bit. And then, like I said, I just think there's a difference now than it was 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I think some of that came from what was happening at Virginia Tech and what people wanted to talk about at Virginia Tech.
What type of benefits are there when there is a special teams coordinator at the program?
Well, again, I think it makes a statement. You're going to have an offensive coordinator, you're going to have a defensive coordinator, and now if it's 1/3 of the game, you probably should have a special teams coordinator. And so I think that, number one, makes a statement to your team, and number two, I think someone concentrating in that area, you're concentrating on a third of the ball game, what's important. And you need to be, generally speaking, that's the quickest way to win, and it's the quickest way to lose. So that guy needs to do a good job for you.
From the outside looking in, and now you spent a day around the program, what kind of an impact has Kirby Smart made, and what have you seen from him?
I think he's very, very ready for this job. I don't think everybody that's been at a place, even a defensive coordinator like he has, he would say that, but I think he's fully ready for this one. I think he's put together, what I can tell, a great staff, and that's important. And after that, you know, the expectations are high here. You know, like I said, I played against Georgia. I understand all that, but I think they have a great resource, meaning the football in the state, the high school football in the state is as good as it gets. There's a lot of great players, great support, a great stadium, and so I think they can meet those expectations here, even though they're very, very high. I think they've got the ability to meet them.
You're a
On-
coach
on
that
that-
kind of returned to your alma mater to coach. I mean, what kind of does that add to it at all? I mean, I know it's a business
Yeah.
at some point, but at the same time, it is kind of home too.
Yeah, it is. You know, in this business, you got to win to stay there, but winning at your own school kind of has a more satisfying. I'm not only staying here, I'm doing it. We're getting better, bigger and better at a place I love, and it means a lot to me. And a lot of my family, a lot of my nieces and nephews are going to Virginia Tech, so it has a deeper meaning than just win the football game. You're winning the game at a place you really care about.
Were you surprised to see Coach Rick?
Pardon me?
Were you surprised to see Coach Rick get moved along by the athletic director?
I have a lot of respect for Coach Rick. The job he did here and the consistency they had here, you know, I felt very highly of him, his family, the whole deal. But you know, it's a tough business. It's not getting any easier, and people got to do what they think's best for the program. And it may not seem right at the time to some people, but the people in charge got to make the decision right for your program.
Coach, there's been a lot of talk this week about transfer restrictions Kirby has placed on guys that want to leave here. What was your philosophy with Virginia Tech about allowing a kid to go to in conference or someone on your schedule? Did you have any philosophies on that?
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that's
Transfer, wanting to leave.
yeah. I think the thing you got to. I think the thing that's fair is that you're not going to a school within your conference or a school that's on your schedule for the next 4 or 5 years. To me, that makes sense. And then after that, if they weren't happy at Virginia Tech, I want to do all I could to help them be happy somewhere else. But you know, our first thing was trying to make them happy at Virginia Tech.
What was the experience like for you just being an observer at a spring practice where you don't really have anything to do or tell?
Kind of like stress relief. But actually, I know when the games get here in the fall, there'll be a little tension in there trying to get a Georgia victory going. But no, I'm enjoying it. I got some projects I'm thinking about. I got some grandkids. Got a great wife that I look forward to spending time and traveling with, and so seeing your son at a school that I think really is a great school with a great possibilities, and that's very exciting. We have some property that's about an hour from here, so we can see them a lot, and so you know, everything seems to have worked out extremely well.
Why do you think Shane decided to take this job down here with Kirby and on his staff?
Well, I think he'd say the same thing I said. Is remember when you got a coach here that I think's ready for the job, an up and coming, and a guy that knows what it takes to be very successful at the highest level. I think you're in a state that's got great players, and you've got access to most of those great players, and then you got a great fan support. You know, facilities. You drive around here. I mean, it's. I think it's a great setting. I love Blacksburg, but I think Athens is just kind of like Blacksburg, except a little bit bigger. And so I think all those things kind of fit right in.
We have